What if I told you you could get anything you could dream of? What if I could tell you it's available? What if I taught you how? Well, I'll teach you how to get anything you want in this very video. This is a bit dangerous, so I'll aim to teach you appropriately. We'll start off by dissecting desire. What is desire? Well, there's two kinds of desire. There's the desire that comes from lack, fear, and doubt. And then there's the desire that comes out of joy and play. It's just something you want. Neither of these are bad, but it's important to know the difference because one will lead you to a more fun experience. The second is just a waste of time. We'll start with the one that arises from fear, doubt, and lack. Let's say you're 14 years of age. You come into school and you're wearing some brand new green sneakers. These are your favorite shoes. You walk into school and very suddenly, also very uncalled for, some kid named Jimmy says, "Ugh," and then points sternly at your shoes. "Those are hideous," and then he starts dying laughing, and so are the classmates. You feel shamed, rejected, and suddenly the mind tries to come up with a solution. I should get red shoes, or I should get the shoes everyone else is wearing. Or a more applicable example would be if you're poor and you're grasping at every penny and trying not to lose any more money, trying desperately to keep what you have. I'll teach you two very important things about this first kind of desire. First, you should always aim to be proactive. Never aim to prevent or maintain. It'll always backfire. You see, all things change and break down with time. Your house, your phone, your pants, even your muscles will atrophy if you don't push them. The way around this is always aim to evolve. Things are always moving up or down. They're never at a standstill. And we can notice the successful result of this through things like bodybuilders or anyone that's ever mastered a craft ever. This is also important to note when it comes to the two desires, because if it's something you don't really want, are you willing to put in constant, persistent effort towards moving that thing up? Look, go for what you want, but you'll struggle more if what you're after is not something you truly want. Back to being proactive, I'll teach you how. Back to the scenario of you being ridiculed wearing the green shoes. What you were really after wasn't red shoes, it was acceptance. It was belonging. So instead of trying to prevent further ridicule by appeasing the masses, you should aim for the win. You should go for being high status and being socially valuable. Or when it comes to being poor, don't aim to not lose any more money. You should aim to be rich. You should aim to be financially free. Now second, but more important point, the desire that comes from lack, fear, and doubt will not make you happy. Neither will the one that comes from joy, but the desire that comes from joy is more an expression of your already happiness, of your already happy state. That said, it may give you a temporary high once you've gotten like the new Rolex or a trophy wife, but this is short-lived and it's not the answer. What I mean is it won't grant you satisfaction. So what do you do when you still do want the girl, the money, the power? You aim to let it go, be at peace, and be happy now. Realize that the reason you want the thing is to be happy anyways. Now, how do you be happy? See, this concept is quite happiness is something you learn. If you want to make money, you learn to make money. If you want to be happy, you learn to be happy. You don't learn to make money to be happy. You go for happiness itself. That said, here's a book that'll enlighten you on the topic. No pun intended. Have success, but not what another person defines for you as success. If I say you have to go be an accountant, have a wife and 2 kids, and that's success for you, that's probably not something you agree with. It's surely not something I agree with. Have success in the way you define it, not in the way that your pain and suffering defines it, or the way that society wants you to be successful. Imagine your life as a canvas and you paint it in whatever way you desire. The next topic of this video, what do you want? Maybe you enjoy to write books and every step of the process is amusing to you. From sitting in solitude, writing out the fable as you journey and direct it through your mind, and even the editing and revising process. Asking yourself what you want is a large step in the process towards getting what you want. Now, what if I told you you already know what you want? I bet some of you are like, huh? No, I don't. And some of you are like, duh, I knew that. Okay, I'll put it like this. What if I set goals for you? What if I predetermined your life and said, this, and this is what you're gonna do. And this is the routine you're gonna do every day to fulfill this task that I assigned. And then I said, you can only have sardines ever. This is the only meal you're gonna eat for the rest of your life. I bet you'd be like, hold on, this is not what I want. See, you already know what you want through knowing what you don't want. Now, take a moment and take out a pencil and paper. Now brainstorm all the things that you desire. Maybe you want to set up a healthy cookie restaurant. Maybe it's a pistachio place. Maybe you want to heal the sick, feed the hungry. Maybe you want to bring back to life, make beautiful again, old discarded monuments. If you're too stubborn to write down what you desire in pen and paper, you can go down in the comments and write down what you desire. I think it would be interesting to see what you guys have to say, what your dreams are. Remember, knowing what you want is one of, if not the most important thing in getting what you want. It's time to translate your desires into goals. I'll be using one example, but you should do it consequently for every desire you wrote down. I wrote, I want a physical body with strength and, of course, have a sexy physique. Then I transmuted this desire into a goal, and it translates into the goal of being 175 pounds of lean body weight in 2 years. Make sure your goal is achievable. Research if possible if you can accomplish what you've set to accomplish in a certain amount of time. You should set long-term goals and short-term goals that will lead you towards that long-term outcome. After you've set your goal, I want you to make a plan of attack. This, of course, is going to vary from person to person. But if your plan of action is unsuccessful, use the failure as data. Course correct and try again. This leads me into my final point, which is probably the most important point. Before then, remember, you're always moving up or down. Choose to always be moving up by subscribing to Oh the Art of Success, where we make videos dedicated to your personal development. Finally, and most importantly, master the art of figuring things out. Be thrown into a jungle filled with jaguars and find your way back to the arms of society. Figuring things out only takes persistence and constant learning, as well as taking action. The reasons you haven't been getting what you want are really simple. Either you hadn't set what you want and a trajectory to get there, or 2, you haven't been taking action and consistent, persistent effort towards figuring things out to get there. These concepts are how you could get anything you want. There's one more secret, and it's actually essential for your journey. You won't make it without it. It's also the reason why you haven't been taking action. The answer is self-discipline. Maybe you weren't taught how to take constant, persistent action even when you don't want to. To that I say, here's your solution. We released a course that teaches exactly that. How to master self-discipline. Don't waste your life by not taking action. Go to our course. Links in the description. Hurry. Start taking action towards the life of your desires. Go now. Victory awaits.